Hey, what is up, guys? Pine Belt Beer Reviews back here again with you today for another one. And this one that I have here today is a bomber of Yazoo's. It's kind of hard to see the imagery on there, but it's kind of hard to see it on here. It's like a red dog. You can see you got its eye and everything right there in its tail. It's Red House Ale. 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces. Basically a full-bodied red ale. Hoppy red ale, I should say, bringing together hops from Yakima and inspiration from the Mississippi Delta. So, yeah, it says it was bottled on April 3rd, 2015. So it's a little, not really too sure about the date on this, how it's going to hold up, but should be okay. Didn't have any information for it that I could find on the internet about the alcohol content. Had this one at a beer fest in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, back in June, and it was really good. So I bought it for like $6.85, $6.95 at a beer store in town, and came with this Yazoo pint glass. So I'll go ahead and pour it into this. Gets a 91 on Beer Advocate, which is an excellent score. For those who haven't looked at it, gets a 3.7 on Untapped, which is a pretty good score for Untapped. So I don't really remember it too well when I tried it last. They always just give you those little small sample glasses, but I do remember. I believe I do remember that I liked it. So let's go ahead and give it a pour and see what we get from it. It's looking really yeasty already, which I'm not sure if it has any yeast in it. And I'm already smelling the hops for sure. I need to get something for bomber bottles like this that I can just kind of reseal it, where I don't want to have to drink the other half the same sitting. So, alright, with that pour, it is almost kind of brown, as you can see, and I mean, as you can see there, it's pretty opaque. I'm not really getting any other kind of. I mean, it's opaque. I can't see my fingers through it. I'm getting a little light from it through the bottom. So it's got to have a lot of particulates in there. It had about a finger of head of beige colored head, but it's now about half a finger, if that. So it's looking like the head isn't going to really stick around on it for any amount of time, I guess. Just trying to see if I can find an ABV on it at all. Let's see. So this is saying it's 6.2 on this Beer Advocate here. And actually, no. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. It doesn't have any score yet on Beer Advocate. I looked at the wrong thing. I was looking at the Yazoo brewery itself. So yeah, this doesn't have a, and this is classifying as an IPA, so let's just get out of that because none of that's really going to be 100% accurate at this point. So yeah, this looks kind of like a pretty decent, solid and rustic IPA without very much filtering, it seems. So let's go ahead and go for the aroma on it. So you're getting a lot of those. You're getting a lot of those caramel malts. You're getting a lot of those kind of that sort of graininess that you get from red ales, and a lot of hops. So it is definitely a hoppy, hop forward red ale. I guess you could almost call it, I suppose, red IPA. But if it doesn't have any pale malts in it, though, then I guess it's not really considered a pale ale of any sort. So, but it smells good. Smells really hearty. Smells like I said, very hop forward, very piney hops, very kind of earthy piney hops. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for the flavor on it. Yeah, the kind of rustic quality in the appearance and the aroma comes through on the flavor. It's very full in flavor, that's for sure. It's almost kind of sour, or tart, not really sour, but more tart. I don't know if that's from it maybe being in the bottle too long or what, but it's not an unpleasant tartness. It's more kind of a hoppy kind of tartness, like resinous kind of hoppy tartness. So it's not bad in that regard. It's pleasant. It's just very, like I said, very rustic, very hearty in flavor as it is in the aroma and the appearance. The body is kind of medium. Not a whole lot of carbonation, but it has kind of a bit of a fullness in the back of each sip. Um, it's got kind of a dried finish, but that's kind of, I think, coming from that tartness as well, from whatever that's from. I was trying to see if it said anything about the malts or anything, but I'm not seeing anything like that. So you can get a little bit of the booze in there as well. The 6.2% alcohol by volume, but a little bit of the caramel sweetness in the back end as well. So it's very just punctual red slash amber ale. Very hop forward. I had a Sam Adams. Coincidentally, I had a Sam Adams hoppy red ale last night. I think it was called Sam Adams Hoppy Red or something. That was a little bit more tamer than this. This is like some home brewed red ale flavor for sure. Hoppy red ale flavor for sure. But I really love it. It's really good, especially for this time of year. Like I said, very robust, very hearty, very, like I said, punctual red ale from Yazoo Brewing Company. So I'm gonna give it a solid A. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't go any lower than that. And so yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. I'm not sure if it comes in. Not sure if it comes in uh, 6 packs or anything like that. I've only seen it in this bomber so far where I am. So, but definitely recommend checking it out and trying it for yourself. You might get it somewhere around the southeast. Might get it elsewhere. I'm not really sure what their whole distribution setup is like right now. But it's from Yazoo is from Memphis, Tennessee. Yazoo Brewing Company. So, anyway, until next time, guys. Thank you for watching.